I think we're here.
I'm here anyways.
All right.
What the heck you got behind you there, Switch? You got Godzilla devouring some peeps?
Well, of course, it's Easter.
Oh my god. That's awesome. Hey everybody who came on over from my stream, I'm Uncle Gutty, and this is my good friend, Switz. There's a real bad. Let's go here. You're watching Old Man Theater, where me and Switz basically pick a topic or topics, ramble on, and just share old memories. No problem, Babs. Thanks a lot, man.
We might want to rename it.
What do you want to name it? Older Man Theater?
We're getting less theatrical and more rambly.
Old Man Yellow Cloud? Old Man Yellow Cloud?
I've done that before. I think we're still having a fun time though, so it's okay.
I think you call it whatever you want. Oh, but it's a branding.
Just don't call us late for dinner.
Exactly. So how was your day there, Switz? Not too bad.
A long day. As you know, it's a long weekend for most, but I get a long week with no end. I'll be working tomorrow.
You gotta. Oh yeah. So you're at the vape shop, right?
Yep.
And you're open. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Noon to 6, so not too bad.
Okay. Yeah, most things are closed up here. I got a freaking crack in my windshield of the van, so I got to figure out how to fix that sometime.
Do not use packing tape.
I'm not going to that for sure.
Yeah. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do that Saturday, basically.
I've seen that many times around town. Yeah.
So, what do you feel like talking about tonight, buddy? We were going to talk about basically Sear Entertainment, but we had some wrestling going on. I know Twister went out to watch Turtles.
Yeah.
Clay, you got to go follow Clay. Clay is a hoot. I love Clay. But why don't we talk about wrestling? Why don't we talk about wrestlers and all that? Because, like I said,
as I am an old man here, I don't know what LFG means with real Clayman there.
Let's effing go. Let's effing go.
Oh.
You know, that's what women scream in bed, right? With you, right?
Yeah. we were talking quickly there at the end of your stream about Niagara Falls Comic Con. We were talking about the wrestling guests that we've seen before and seeing that are coming up. You've got Medusa, the Alundra Blaze. You got Wendy Richter, Trish Stratus, and Lita. You've also got Tito Santana.
Oh, Tito's back. Strike Force.
Tito's back. Yep. Jesse Ventura and Bret Hart.
That's a word. What's that?
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah, Bret's been there before. Jesse's an interesting guest. I didn't expect to see him coming to Comic-Con.
No, but I suppose that all the residuals from being governor of Minnesota probably dried up for him, or maybe got written out of all those Predator residuals.
But and we've got 7 guests, which is kind of not bad, but 4 women.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just to see Wendy Richter. Like Wendy Richter did not have a long run in the WWE.
Right.
Known for basically the rock and wrestling connection with Cyndi Lauper and all that.
The cartoon.
Yeah, feuded with Medusa. Medusa basically screwed her over. So her tenure in the WWF was extremely short.
Yep.
Yeah. Medusa, did she drive monster trucks after the WCW?
She is a monster truck driver, I believe, as well.
Yep.
Not just that she had one named after her. She actually drives, I believe.
Was she the one that threw the belt in the garbage?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. On WCW.
So when she came over from WWF as Blender Blaze, signed to WCW, took the WWF women's belt with her and chucked it in the garbage on TV, and that was actually quite an outrageous.
What was WCW's Monday Night Show called?
Nitro.
What was their other show called?
Thunder.
Thursday
Night Thunder. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought Nitro was on Tuesdays or on Mondays.
Yep. There are a couple.
Night. Yeah.
If you are a wrestling fan or a fan of wrestling history, there are a couple. I think books you can read. What's one? The Monday Night Wars is an actual, I think, a made documentary. But the Rise and Fall of WCW is a book you want to read, basically.
Yeah.
And also Chris Jericho's biographies. He touches on his time when he was in WCW, and his insight to how it was run was insane. So he was on Thunder. They had so many guys on the roster. They were just basically sit here, come wrestle for like 2 minutes, and you're done kind of thing repeatedly. See me, he said, was generic basketball music number 32. They just pulled basically wrestlers' music from TBS for that.
Yep. El Generico.
Yeah, El Generico. Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
It was a good time to be a wrestling fan in the 80s. And like I said, during the 80s, late 80s, 90s, they were kind of in a downturn. So they were going to towns like Belleville. Belleville's near where I grew up. It was a town of 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And they would actually have an arena. It would hold maybe 3,000 to 4,000. They would hold house shows there, basic for all intents and purposes. And it was crazy.
What's kind of surprising is I don't think we ever really got them here in St. Catharines.
No, you guys didn't, but they came to Belleville quite a lot. They go to Belleville, Kingston.
Well, how long did you guys have the Bulls as the OHL team?
Oh, gosh, we had the Bulls up until 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, but how long, did you have them back then?
Let me think here.
What was the arena used for? If the facility was there, I guess that's why they could go there, I suppose.
Yeah, Belleville Bulls, which was basically like a junior A team, was founded in 81.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the facility was there.
Yeah, it was just the Yardman Arena. It only held about 5,000 people.
Yeah,
tops, right?
Oh, kind of like our Jack Gaycliff, where we used to watch the Falcons and that.
But it sold out. I remember seeing like Mabel wrestle.
Yep.
Jake the Snake, guys like that. And then, during the 90s and 2000s, I was up here in Ottawa. I had house shows up here where I saw Taker and guys like that. House shows are the best thing. If you want to see some fun, go to a house show because the entertainers basically aren't constrained by storylines there, and they'll experiment more and have a lot more fun. I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
Remember, was it with you I saw Eddie Guerrero in Hamilton?
I think so. Was that the one where John Cena was puking under the ring?
I think so. That was one, I think, too.
Yeah.
But it was Eddie Guerrero teaming with Chavo.
Yep. And
Chavo basically got on the mic and tried to rout the crowd. And he said, you're all this and that. You're all wannabe Mexicans. You're all fat and lazy. We're like, well, yeah, that's fair enough and all that.
Yeah, you bet we are.
You could have heard a pin drop and the arena were all nodding and all that. And he's pretty like, uh-oh. So Eddie grabs the mic and says, oh, and hockey sucks. We were ready to charge the ring.
Yeah.
We're ready to kill him at that point, basically. Eddie Guerrero was a gift, basically, and on the mic and off the mic. And Paul Heyman was there that show as well.
Yep.
and guys are taunting him in the ring, right? And this is back when he was doing this Paul Lee thing. And he goes, yes, sir, I am bald, but your mother likes it. And, oh, my God. Oh, man. I do miss those simpler house shows because they would run them with 3,000-4,000 people. Nothing at all.
Yep. Well, it was kind of like, if you want to relate it to spring training or whatever you want to call it, it was practice. Mm-hmm. The guys could go out and practice their moves, practice the matches they were going to build up to, see what worked, see what didn't work, see if a guy could actually perform a move or whatever.
And sometimes you got some local talent to come along or celebrity.
Oh yeah, they always did, just to kind of draw in the crowd a little bit, right?
Exactly, yeah. Oh my God, I remember seeing The Godfather in Canada in Ottawa. I don't know how that happened, but because he come out, of course, wearing the white vest, red pants, and he had his escorts with him. Yeah, and he goes, since it is Canada Day, woo, hey, cheer, cheer, cheer. But I don't watch as much anymore. I don't know. I find it not as entertaining. I don't know why. The storylines, I guess, are a little dumb.
I think that they kind of took away what I really enjoyed about it back in the day was the lack of pay-per-views when they only had like 5 or 6 or whatever it was. And so a story would take a couple months to culminate and the big battle pay-per-view. But now there's a pay-per-view every 2-3 weeks, it seems. And there's no time for these stories to really psychologically play out and tell a really investing story.
I agree on that one, actually. Heavily so. And
they oversaturate themselves. And I think they tried to fix that. I think they might have realized it back when they kind of split the rosters.
Yeah.
You'd have a Raw pay-per-view, then a SmackDown pay-per-view, and you'd alternate. So your stories did have a little bit longer to try and catch up. But I don't think they really successfully did it.
And I think one other thing about it too is the personalities, they aren't large than life. They seem like average.
Yeah. Well, I also back to my other thought there. I think once they split the rosters, they did their separate pay-per-views. They'd see somebody getting hot on one, and it was like, well, we better bring them to the other one as well. We can't miss out on any excitement or any fans or any views.
Yeah, that brand split was weird. And
also, it all down.
Even more so when they're in different networks. Fox and NBC were fighting. Well, we want so and so on our channel, and it just fell apart. But like I said, for me, the lack of large than life personalities like Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, John Cena, The Rock, they were larger than life. Exaggerated themselves. All the wrestlers today, they kind of just all blend together. So like I still watch the odd match on YouTube, the odd whatever kind of thing, but I don't go to my way to watch it anymore. I used to watch the Rumble every year. I never missed the Rumble.
If the modern characters were as good as they should be, they wouldn't have so many of the old ones still around, I don't think.
Oh, they keep bringing them back, I'll tell you that much.
They do, and I think that's because they haven't developed these larger-than-life personalities for the new generation yet. So they need to keep these old larger-than-life personalities around to keep the interest.
That's been a
maybe it's
argument.
to teach the newer wrestlers. I don't know, but
well, what it is when who's in charge of the WWE farm? Was it Jim Ross? Was in charge of their farm system, Ohio Valley Wrestling. He is the one who basically had the last class, they call it. So Orton, Cena, Angle, all the guys that they keep bringing back were the last Ohio Valley that Ross brought up. So when they're bringing people to the main roster, they're ready kind of thing, and they know they're going to be basically blue chip material. And that was one thing. The other thing is when they brought them in, you didn't run for the world title right away. You went for the USA, then the Intercontinental, and you actually worked your way up through the ranks to,
kind of like you do in the video games.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like Cody Rhodes, who left to go to AEW, and then came back, had a WrestleMania match against Roman Reigns, and for the world title, and did not win it. And a lot of people are basically, some are happy, some are unhappy with this. I thought Cody was hot. Give him the title, basically, right? I don't know. I know WWE is trying to basically put like 1,000 days on Roman Reigns for the title. That's their goal, basically.
I hope he doesn't get like food poisoning or something like on day 9,000 or 999, and then really can't compete.
Well, he is. Well, that's the thing too. They put so much money into Roman Reigns to build him up. I don't think he's as popular as Cena. Forget it. He's not international. But Roman Reigns is their blue chip guy. There is no other guy for Roman Reigns, basically.
I thought he wasn't that good though back then. I mean,
he is better, I heard, but by that time I don't care. But this time, he's their blue chip guy. If he gets sick, like you said, or goes down or gets injured, that's it.
Yep.
Like there's no one that can step up. It's not like, okay, the Rock's down, we'll throw a belt in Stone Cold or Kurt Angle or somebody.
Yeah.
That pool of guys at the top for the world title, like you could throw it on Cody Rhodes or somebody else, but it'll be a bit of a culture shock. Speaking about going through the ranks and all that, they've talked about failed experiments. So like Jinder Mahal and is it Xavier Woods having the title for a short run, basically, and saying, this isn't working, pull it off and put it back on Reigns, kind of thing. So there's thoughts on that.
What were your favorite wrestling gimmicks / characters?
Oh, I love George Animal Steel.
Yeah.
Going in, acting like a total animal and ripping the ring apart, I thought was great.
With what was his puppet mine? The little monkey or whatever he had hanging in the.
Oh yes, his mine. Yeah, I liked him. Trying to think about 80s gimmicks because they weren't really like. Well,
I think the 80s were great because you had the crazy, ridiculous characters like Skinner, the alligator hunter, and you had.
I must admit.
The Goon, who was the hockey player with the boots that had the painted on skate blades on the bottom of them.
IRS,
yep.
Isaac Yankem, yeah, that's when Vince got crazy and started making these outrageous.
Yep.
Max Moon, like okay.
I really enjoyed Bam Bam Bigelow. He was fun to watch.
Bam Bam Bigelow, for a large man, could move very fast in the ring, was extremely agile. Him and Vader were both a large man who can really move in the ring. And Vader and Mick Foley would have some really knocked down, ugly, like, stiff matches and all that. Like, you would not believe.
Didn't Vader cost Mick Foley his ear?
Yeah, he was wrestling in Germany.
Japan or somewhere? Okay. Yeah.
In Germany, and he threw Foley into the ropes, and Foley got tangled up, went over the ropes, ripped his ear off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ripped his ear off basically. Yeah. Foley also
don't try that at home, kids.
I know. But yeah, like I said, the 80s are all about basically heroes and villains, right? Like, Nikolai Volkov, Iron Sheik, Hogan, I'm a Real American.
If you don't follow him on Twitter, the Iron Sheik is hilarious.
He is hilarious. Break your back, make you humble.
Sometimes though, he gets really spot on with his things. Sometimes it's just F this, F that, and go F yourself or whatever. But other times it's like, wow, that was really sharp and clever, the one he did there.
I wonder if his handler's tweeting from sometimes, but yeah, Sheik on Twitter is something else.
Yeah.
I've watched other wrestling. I watched AEW for a while. I watched TNA and I watched Impact. AEW was good for a while, but they've lost their way. I think they're just a spot fest. So
I did hear that they had stats, which was kind of an interesting thing, to keep wins and losses records.
They do, but they started kind of ignoring them.
No, well,
that was a problem, right? So
that's a great idea. I would like to see that. Oh, this person's 0-3 against this person, or this person's won their last 7 matches. Oh, okay, this is investing me.
Well, that's how they were arguing. Like, this is now the true number 1 contender for the belt.
Yeah.
And this person had to go through the other people and all that. And it wasn't a bad concept until you looked at one guy who was 0-14. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the idea, basically, was to say, yeah, this is truly number 1. The stats, they were like reset every season and stuff like that. Not bad.
Yep.
Just like I said, they've lost their way.
Yeah.
They started with a lot of good ideas. I have some critiques about AEW. When I first started watching, I was kind of impressed and kind of into it.
Yep.
Now it's repetitive. Tony Khan, who owns it, there were 4 executive vice presidents: Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Chris Jericho. So not only are they basically at the top of Tony Khan, they also run the booking. So the problem is they can't book well, because some of the divisions are horrible. Tag team movement, for example, and they book to make sure they're always on top. If AEW want to turn themselves around, hire real guys that can actually book matches and run, like you said, run storylines, and have those guys basically just wrestle and that's it, kind of thing. Like I said, I keep my finger on the pulse, but I don't watch as much as I used to anymore.
Yeah. No. Excuse me.
No problem.
Yeah,
that's my thoughts on wrestling. Like I said, I am. Yeah. Oh, by the way, WWE got bought, or there's a bit of merger.
Yes, with
Endeavor.
Endeavor. I want to say Empire, but it's Endeavor. The parent company for UFC.
Yeah.
Those would be some interesting crossovers.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Actually, there probably will be some crossovers just for promotion.
I'll tell you what. I got some good stuff for you on this one. So there's been a bit of a scandal.
Oh,
so you've heard about Vince, the little issue he's had, right?
Which one?
The one he was caught paying off workers and stuff like that.
Previous affairs, yes.
Yeah, using WWE money. Got cast out, comes storming back and takes back over his spot, basically, and says, I want to sell this place. Yeah. And I'm going to sell it for $9 billion. And the bugger did it. So Endeavor.
But he only sold 51%.
That's all he needed.
Yeah. So he's still got a large chunk of it there that is under his control.
And now his stock is worth a massive amount of money. I'm pretty sure he got like a $50 million bonus or whatever. But Endeavor is the company that owns UFC.
Yep.
So now Endeavor owns UFC and WWE now. So Endeavor owns 51% for all intents and purposes, controlling this is WWE, which we thought would never happen.
Yeah.
Vince is going to stick around. Triple H will stick around. but this will change. Endeavor will be trying to wring every last dollar out of WWE. There is talks going around that the age of cheap pay-per-views is over.
Yep.
Because right now you can spend $10 by WWE Network. Congratulations, you got WrestleMania for $10 a month. Endeavor's not gonna. I can't see them retain that model because they charge like $56 for the UFC pay-per-views. Yeah. So they're saying that's the first thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Here's another thing I heard too. You know Ronda Rousey?
Yep.
Ronda Rousey, whatever. Well, she was kind of hot in UFC, got her butt whooped and became damaged goods.
Yep.
Goes over to WWE, spends a little bit. Guess what? Marketable.
Yep.
What if every UFC player that gets basically wrecked and unbankable?
Well, once they hit their peak and fall down, they start losing or whatever, and
throw them over WWE, second life, right?
Yep.
There's huge concern this will happen basically as well.
When are they going to get Conor McGregor?
That's what they're talking about. That was what could happen next. But no, seriously.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of speculation about what's going to happen.
How crazy will that be? Because I don't think that guy knows how to throw a punch or to hold back on a punch.
No. And that's what we're gonna think about basically. We're gonna hear about is, like I said, Endeavor will be making changes to WWE. It will not lead the way. It is huge bad. Like I said, the crossover potential is enormous. And I never thought Vince would ever allow a merger, but by geez, he did do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I would expect that he's got some little backdoor clause where he can claw back that 1% after so many years if something happens. Kind of like a future considerations or a player being named later or a conditional draft pick in the NHL or whatever.
Maybe, yeah.
Right.
I agree, Babs. If they threw, I don't watch either one really closely, but if you told me that O'Connor was going to come and wrestle, I'd watch that just to see what kind of train wreck it would be.
That would be money. That would get some ratings.
Yeah. I'll be watching too to see what else they do. Like I said, Endeavor is not going to sit back and just kind of like coast on their investment. They're going to try and get some money out of it. Yeah. I thought the Saudis would buy WWE. I would put money on that they were the ones to buy it.
But there was all the controversy or the uncertainty about what would happen to the women's ranks and stuff like that.
Well, the Saudis could own it.
They
arm's length.
They'd be able to go visit there and wrestle or whatever.
They still do. Every year they have a royal pay-per-view there. Yep. The Saudis pay them a boatload of money to do it.
Yep. But do the women go?
They have been. So the first time they didn't, but then they went. They actually wear a full body suit and wrestle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they do now, and actually I referee did the full thing. But this is why all of a sudden they have that pay-per-view. They go, "We want Taker to wrestle." Taker shows up and wrestle. Yeah. Like, can you imagine the money they're waving under his nose to say, "Can we come wrestle in Saudi Arabia?" Yeah. So, but that's why I thought for sure the Saudis would buy them.
Yeah.
Then again, though, $9 billion to WWE, that's a huge asking price.
Yeah.
Even if you were buying controlling stake, you're still looking at $4.6 billion. That's a lot of money.
How much is the network worth, though? And the infrastructure of the network and the technology behind it?
Not much. The real value is in the merchandising. That's where their money is. Merchandising, the TV rights. That's where their money is.
Yep.
So that's like I said. But with the UFC, the crossover now, like the possibilities are endless. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, it just ink's still drying on it. I imagine it'll be a bit of a shakeup too.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, they're still wondering if Triple H will still be in control of creative, or Vince is back doing Vince stuff basically.
Yeah. And at this point, he doesn't care. Woo!
He doesn't. Like I said, he is so spiteful. He will burn the whole thing down around him if you want. Wants to basically. Have you watched much AEW?
No.
I used to watch it when it first came on, and I was kind of impressed, but then it just crashed and burned horribly.
Well, the fact that it was all old WWE guys just kind of really reminded, I think, myself and probably a lot of people of WCW.
A bit.
Taking the leftovers, taking the scraps, taking the cuts, taking the roster cuts.
was also a bit what people call a spot fest. So the matches are just like, big move after big move after big move.
Yep.
Some people are into that. I rather see a match tells a story and slows down.
Yeah.
And the tag teams are horrible because you know how 5 seconds ago the ring, tag in, and basically they'd be like in the ring for like 5-10 minutes going out like whatever kind of thing. So I stopped watching that. I used to be pretty faithful watching that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Impact in ages. I couldn't tell you what's going on over there.
I didn't know it was still around.
Yeah, and NWA is still around too, but that is like totally off the radar.
Yeah.
Used to watch Lucha Dome. That was pretty good actually. Again, off TV now, so I haven't seen that. Yeah. I do still go back and watch old ECW matches.
Okay. Yep.
Because that is absolutely brutal. Watching Spike Dudley getting tossed in the crowd and then passed around, all stuff like that. Like you just kind of laugh at that. And then there's also like the New Jack stuff. Like New Jack was crazy. Like I said, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, I encourage everybody to go and check out Dark Side of the Ring. They're
it's funny. I also see a lot of wrestling stuff on A&E now. A lot of like documentaries and things like that.
They're big. They're very, very popular. And like I said,
wrestling, they got all these documentaries on the whole history of a guy's career. And now this other one, this treasure hunt show.
Yeah,
trying to find old ring memorabilia and stuff like that from certain characters and certain wrestlers. And it's kind of interesting. It seems a very rehearsed and set up. Like, I think I have a lead where we can get this. It's kind of like Pawn Stars, where he says, I let me call my buddy who's an expert on wooden discs to evaluate this. Yeah,
it is a bit staged, that one, but
it's
like
you said,
well, it's fun. Oh, definitely. Like reality, scripted reality TV is like beyond fun. Like, oh heck yeah. So everybody understands, like, back in the 80s, 90s, it was very important to protect the business. People can't, realize that wrestling is, scripted and stuff like that. That's out of the bag now. You have smart fans now and all that.
Yeah.
So these biographies and behind the scenes are entertaining. I love watching them. Like hearing, Undertaker and Foley talk about their Hell in a Cell match. Hearing Jake the Snake talking about friggin' letting that cobra bite Ricky Steamboat. What? It was scripted? But hey, Bernie, guess what? I heard something really stupid. WWE was trying to get it so you could actually bet on the matches. Tell me that's not a bad idea.
Yes, I heard about that. That would be so wrong.
But now they have like, employees can't bet and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
somebody's saying, hey,
put
hey,
$6 on this one in the third. Yeah.
But they used to have kind of a what do you call it? Like a wrestling pool. So you could pick wrestlers for it was like a 6-month period. And depending on their wins and stuff like that, you could actually work points to see how high you go up in the ranks.
Yeah.
So they were actually gonna let you bet on wrestling matches. Like, oh man, that's like totally bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's like betting on Shakespeare. Ooh, I bet you Hamlet's gonna get it now.
Oh my god. But
ooh, out damn spot.
Yeah.
Watch out, Macbeth.
So the 7 wrestlers are coming to Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Do you want to meet any of them, or?
Yeah, I would think so. I think maybe I need to apologize to Bret Hart.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, so
you weren't at this con.
I was not. This is a good one, though.
But
I remember something.
We were wandering around Niagara Falls Comic Con. It was the first one they did at the convention center. So it was the first big one. So it must have been the second or the third year of it, I think.
I think so.
And it was the first year I went. And I went with a couple of friends, and we ran into their friends who were working for Kojiko. and that was the local cable access provider up here. They had a cable access TV show filming all the celebrities and just seeing this whole thing unfold. And Bob Romeo was the one guy that was there, and he said, "Well, Bret Hart's here. He didn't want to interview us, or they couldn't interview him, or something happened. They couldn't get a full interview with him, or maybe it was because the line was too long, or something like that. But they couldn't get up to his table to interview him, or whatever it was. So they wanted to do just some pan shots here. Oh, there's Bret Hart in the background, and this is that." They said, wasn't Bret Hart in that Western TV show Lonesome Dove? And we were all kind of looking at each other. Yes, he was. I was like, well, wouldn't it be hilarious if somebody went up there and just screamed, "Holy crap, it's Bret Hart from Lonesome Dove"? And well, we kind of thought, yeah, that would be kind of funny to see, especially if it's going to be on TV and we get to see it later. So we needed a volunteer from the audience. It wasn't very hard to figure out who was going to do it. I stood in front of Bret Hart's table, like 10 feet away or whatever, and they had the cameras rolling, and then he was talking to me and they're overdubbing it, and Bret Hart's here or whatever, and it's like, "Holy crap, it's Bret Hart from Lonesome Dove!" And you saw Bret Hart look up from the table, and he was looking like, "What the hell? What's going on here?" And just this look of disgust.
Here, what do you get this, buddy?
Yeah.
There he is. Lonesome Dove. We should this on an 8x10 to get him to sign it. Wouldn't
I was going to say we need to track that magazine down from eBay or wherever, and we need that signed.
March 95, $20 is all ours.
All right.
Oh man, Lonesome Dove super fan.
Yeah. I think I need to meet Bret Hart because I've never met him actually, and maybe apologize for my antics of 10 years ago or whatever it was.
I don't mind meeting Trish Stratus. I'll have to see here.
Yeah.
Tito I can skip. Jesse Ventura, he's probably pretty crazy.
He'd be interesting to meet. He'd be interesting to hear a Q&A on.
I'd love to hear a Q&A because he would not hold back.
No, he would not. No,
he would basically tell all of that. We'll put that on the to-do list.
What he ran as an independent for governor, wasn't he?
Yes, he did.
Was he independent or was he libertarian?
Let me check here real quick.
Independent leaning libertarian. I don't know. If the audience knows, speak up.
I'll look up really quick here. Governor of Minnesota is the Reform Party of Minnesota nominee.
Reform Party, okay.
Later joined the Independence Party of Minnesota when the Reform Party broke apart.
If anyone knows what the Reform Party stood for, let us know.
Good question. I think it was like an independent fringe, but I knew he was basically not in favor of helmet laws.
No.
He only spent $300,000 for the campaign and won, and he beat basically a career politician.
You wonder, like, was it an unfair advantage because he was a known wrestling personality?
I think people were just kind of fed up with the guys.
And that too. People were fed up with the status quo. Let's vote this guy in here. How bad can he do?
So he won in '98, and I think he was governor until
like 17 years. I think it was one term.
No, he went a long time. We're trying to find out here. Let's see here. 02. Oh, I thought it went longer than that, basically. I know he was governor for a long time.
Yeah.
But he was a little crazy because he believed in the death penalty. What else? It was.
Well, you remember when Howard Stern ran for governor of New York?
Oh, I remember that well too. Yeah,
that was an interesting thing. He said that he was going to run. He had three things to do or whatever it was, and as soon as he got them passed, he was going to step down and let whoever was assistant governor or lieutenant governor take over. And I think one of them was the death penalty. One was like using prisoners to clean up the highways and stuff like that, or whatever. And the third one was like free Sirius radio subscriptions.
So get this.
It probably wasn't the radio subscriptions.
He was his positions were basically one house government, not this 2-house crap. He says property tax reform.
Was this Howard Stern or was this?
This is Ventura, pardon me. Yeah. Okay. All for gay rights, all for medical marijuana, and all for abortion rights. It's quite a very weird. Well, you know what he said? What everybody wants to hear: fiscally conservative, socially liberal, and that's the way he was.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a whole lot wrong with some of that.
Let me see here. My computer's messing up here. I'm trying to figure out his governor run. It's on the Wikipedia here. 99 to 03. Wasn't long. 4 years.
4 years, one term. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume that's one term.
Yeah.
How long was Benson on the air for?
Oh, almost like 7 or 8 years. It was long for a while, actually.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. He was also mayor of Brooklyn Park from 91 to 95 as well, too.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's and he had a failed presidential run too in 2020 or something like that. Like,
not surprised.
Weird guy.
Yeah. Famous or favorite celebrity mayors? Who got Jerry Springer was mayor of what? Was it
Chicago?
Chicago?
I think so. Look it up. I thought it was Chicago.
I thought Baltimore for some reason.
Okay. Sonny Bono
was mayor of.
Wait, no, he wasn't mayor. He was a politician, I think. I'll look it up here. Jerry Springer, I'm pretty sure, was Chicago.
Sounds about right.
Clint Eastwood.
Yep.
Carmel,
California.
Yep.
Yep.
Mayor of Cincinnati from 77 to 78.
Cincinnati. Okay. Yep.
Really? That's it? I thought he forever. No, 1 year as friggin' mayor. Huh. I don't think you can think of that.
Wow. What was Sonny Bono now?
What's that?
Palm Springs?
I'm looking at celebrity mayors here, basically.
Okay.
I'll look it up here. Jesse Ventura, yeah. Celebrity mayors, U.S. But Palm Springs.
Bono was the mayor of Palm Springs, California. Yeah. 88.
He was there for a long time, wasn't he?
88 to 92.
4 years, I guess.
And then served as the representative for the 44th district from 95 until his death in 98.
Yeah. Okay.
So he got into politics a little bit later on, I guess you could say, because he died in 95, right?
Yeah. Well, then you got some guys like Reagan. So Reagan was an actor.
Yep.
Through some, I don't remember some of these people on this list here. George Murphy, John Davis Loge, Helen Douglas, Fred Grandy, Ben Jones. Oh my God, wait. Ben Jones, once known as Cooter on the long-running TV show The Dukes of Hazzard. Jones had a second career as a Democrat representing Georgia in the U.S. House of Representatives from 89 and 93.
Wow.
Yeah, and basically lost his seat in 94. So he was there for a bit.
Yeah.
Shirley Temple. Wait a minute. No. Oh, wait a minute. Shirley Temple became the U.S. ambassador to Ghana in 74.
Okay, I remember hearing something about that. Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, Mayor of Carmel by the Sea in 86.
Yep.
Was there until 01, apparently.
He was there for quite a while. Yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
It was like a small town, really.
Yeah.
So.
Al Franken, Jerry Springer, Cal Penn. Well, yeah, he was in the White House, Cal Penn, technically.
Yeah.
And Melissa Gilbert, Democrat election. Okay. I thought it was more mayors than that, though, that were celebrity mayors.
Cal Penn was never elected to anything. He was just appointed.
Yeah, exactly. I know there's a lot of failed people running for mayors and stuff like that.
Yeah. I remember when Dan Fielding lost to a dead guy. Oh, wait, that was Nate Courtney.
I remember when basically the people of Nevada elected basically a dead pimp to represent them in the Senate. So what it was, I forget his name, was something Hoff. He ran the chicken ranch, a brothel in Nevada, ran the Republican ticket, died just shortly before the vote. Unfortunately, according to the rules, you cannot change your candidate on the ballot. He stayed on the ballot. He won. So at that point, basically, someone else picks who now serves for that guy. But yeah, how do you feel about that, basically, when you lose to a dead guy?
Yeah. How many dogs have been elected mayor?
Animals looked at mayor. That's good trivia. Animals looked at mayor. Animals elected mayor.
And what would be the best animal to have as a mayor?
Oh my goodness. In August 2014, 7-year-old Duke the dog won an election, became the new mayor of Cormant, Minnesota. Oh my God. There's an actual Wikipedia category on this. In July 28, a cat named Sweetheart was the mayor of Omena, Michigan. Oh my God. March 2019, a 3-year-old Nubian goat named Lincoln was the mayor of Fairhaven, Vermont, defeating a Samoyed dog named Sammy by 2 votes. As recently, basically, these are honorary mayors too. 2013, 3-year-old cat was voted honorary mayor of Columbia Heights in Minnesota. But yeah.
What would be the best animal to have as mayor? Monkey? Dog? Wolf? Some sort of a pack animal?
Cat won't ask for anything, basically. Yeah, Fairhaven. I looked it up. The town lacks a mayor, but has a ceremonial mayor election opens to pet animals with a paid submission to raise funds, basically. The 18th ballot, Cavalier King Charles Spell named Muty was elected mayor for a 1-year term. That'd be awesome, right? Tell me you would not, absolutely not, love, an animal mayor.
I would hate to have to be the person that has to clean up after the mayor or rub the mayor's nose in the pee-pee on the carpet in the city hall. I'm sorry. Bad mayor.
I'm just thinking. Thinking back to Groundhog Day when the Quebec groundhog died
on Groundhog Day,
and they go, he's dead. Dad, they start dancing. The kids like,
hey, he didn't see his shadow.
They literally went up
because he's dead.
And the kids were like just in total shock. I couldn't believe it. I thought it'd have more tack and all that. Oh yes, Canadian groundhog Fred Lamotte found dead before planned prediction. Yeah, but undeterred, a child wearing a groundhog was caught up on stage, handed a stuffed groundhog toy, and asked for a prediction. He forecasted a lengthy winter. But when they announced it, if you go look on YouTube, Fred the groundhog passed away. The guy is as nonchalant and serious as a heart attack. By the way, Fred is dead. So let's call this child to give a prediction for us. So we found out that some towns do not have a true mayor can elect animals as mayor. That's something to know about.
We've had a bunch of monkeys on city council before, so why not?
Oh my God, no kidding, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that at Eastwood and Bono were mayors for longer than that. I thought Justin Trudeau was longer than that for governor.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger must be the longest governor then. Longest celebrity governor, I think.
Unless Reagan was longer.
Reagan went to president. I don't think he was governor. I'll check.
He was governor of California. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll check here. Let me see. Governor of California, 67 to 75. That's 8 years.
Yeah, 2 terms.
Yeah, that'd be long enough.
Any Americans out there still listening? Do they have term limits on governorships like they do on presidents and stuff?
I know Arnold. That's what stopped Arnold.
Oh, okay. So
in California, he was basically at the end of his term for governor, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran. He had 2 terms. He had 8 years.
Okay, all right. So that makes sense.
Yeah, Jerry Brown is 8 years. Preceded by succeeded. What's going on here? But yeah, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, it looks like to be about 8 years basically. Because Gavin Newsom was elected in 2017, so he can be there till 2027. 2019, so he'll be there till 2027 basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a 2-year term in California, which is why Schwarzenegger didn't stick around.
2-term limit, yeah.
This isn't a bad idea because we've had premiers that have way past their best before date up here. That's for sure.
Premiers, prime ministers, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
I would love to have a cat as a mayor. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool, actually. Or even a budgie. A budgie would be cool, right? This is the mayor. Tweet, 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 tweet.
Wait until the mayor sees that putty tat.
I got a funny mayor story. It's not animal related though.
Okay.
But I do follow the mayor of Gambian, Ohio. I think it's Gambian, Ohio mayor. I found him on TikTok. He called himself Mayor Lovecraft. Mayor Lovecraft. Because he's a Lovecraft impersonator. And he's actually a mayor of Gambia, Ohio. It's a small town. His name is Lehman Kessler. He's actually really kind of interesting fella. And he did a little thing about how he got elected mayor. So what happened was he encouraged people to get involved. And and he went to city council and says, hey, I got an idea for something. And they go, oh, that's really good. What else you got? And so they went to be on a committee. The next thing you know, he's running for council. And then all of a sudden, basically, he's running for mayor and wins. He's a mayor since 2020. And he goes, he's actually kind of cool. He goes, yeah, all of a sudden, basically, I'm mayor. This is like wow kind of thing, right? He talks about what he does day to day, but like all of a sudden, he's just mayor. So basically, he settles disputes and stuff like that and makes towns improvements. But yeah, he says, if you get in politics in a small town, before you know it, you can wind up being mayor. Like, and I didn't realize what was going on.
In the last election, what was the last election? Was it provincial or federal?
I think it was provincial. I'll think about that. Let me see. Provincial? Let's see.
Or was it the mayoral election?
Oh, for us? Oh.
We just I can't remember. Anyway, out in Port Colborne there was two guys running for this seat. The one guy was the incumbent, had been there for umpteen years or whatever. His estranged brother ran against him because he was tired of seeing his brother run unopposed. And he hadn't spoken to his brother in like 20 years or something like that. So he ran against him just to try and spite him and show him that, like, it shouldn't be this easy. You can't just run unopposed to get whatever seat it was.
Okay. We had a federal election in 2021 and a provincial election in 2022.
Okay.
A municipal election. Ours just happened recently.
It was for mayor. Okay.
Yeah, we have our municipal elections are also in 2022, basically.
Yeah, it was a mayor election. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he ran just to basically spite the guy, right?
Pretty much. Let's see.
Because we had
he got some votes, but yeah, he was basically said he didn't want his brother to just run unopposed and win again.
We had some really crazy mayor candidates for up here, basically. We had one guy who basically was just a crypto guy, just trying to sell crypto. He went to his website, it was like buy crypto.
Yep.
He had one guy basically that was like trying like almost like the Pirate Party of Canada, like doing something really bizarre and all that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the guy just trying to sell crypto, I thought was pretty funny, if you ask me.
You see Lord Binface over in the UK?
I love the UK elections. Lord Binface is amazing.
This guy who's got like a Darth Vader robe on or cape and a garbage can on his head.
It is somewhat of a UK tradition to run flamboyant candidates in like the silly party and whatever over there. And believe it or not, Lord Binhead was running in friggin' Boris Johnson's riding.
There's Lord Buckethead and there's Lord Binface.
One of them, I think it's Binface, because the one guy stole his gimmick.
Yeah.
So I forget. But yeah, the funny part was he was running in Boris Johnson. Him the same as Boris Johnson.
Count Binface.
Count Binface. That's the new one.
Yeah.
But he ran in Johnson. Boris Johnson's running. See, Boris Johnson thinks this guy is absolutely hilarious. He goes, "I want to get more votes than Boris Johnson." I don't remember too many wilders and candidates. Like, we do have some really weird parties here in Canada. Obviously, for those who are playing at home, we have the Rhino Party, which is a pure parody party. They want to basically raise the value of empty beer bottle returns, stuff like that. Move the capital to Toronto of Canada because it's easier and stuff like that.
Yep.
We have the Pirate Party of Canada, who basically want to be like pirates and all that. What else we got here? Like really fun Canada paralegal parties. We have the Communist Party of Canada, which you know what? It probably isn't like a bad idea. you look at their manifesto, like
they still run quite a bit.
I know they like it's like oh my. You look at it like
here is
Count
Binface. Lord Buckethead.
Lord Buckethead. Okay, yeah.
Lord Buckethead. Yeah.
And then there's Count Binface because one of them stole the other guys is
And then there's yeah
Lord that Binface, was the original guy, and the other guy now is the other guy was the original party there. But yeah, that was part of the Canada Party, the Pirate Party. We have, like I said, we have a Communist Party in Canada, and you're like, well, that's kind of crazy. No, they're at this point, I'm willing to go communist. It gives me a free toilet paper at this point.
Except that the guys who run for the Communist Party are actual nut jobs.
Yeah, they are actual nut.
They're the ones who have crawled out of the woodwork, trying to get some grasp at fame, and most of the people in town know them. And you see, it's like, oh boy, it's Bill Run. Holy crap!
So, let's go back to 1993. Doug Henning, world famous Canadian magician, launched the Natural Law Party of Canada.
His mystic yogics
ran 231 candidates in like 300 some odd ridings. Basically, one of his platforms was he's going to basically take 100 transcendental mentalists to Parliament Hill to actually meditate and lower the budget or lower the debt. Won no seats, got 0.6% of the popular vote, but yeah, that was his the Natural Law Party run by a magician.
Doug Henning still alive?
No, I think he passed away from cancer.
I think so. Yeah.
Passed away in 2000 in Los Angeles, California.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, he was good.
You know who's made a reappearance on Twitter lately?
Don't say Kreskin.
I won't say it then, but you read my mind and got it.
Oh yes, Kreskin.
Amazing Kreskin.
He should have freaking came to freaking Comic-Con.
Yeah, well, he's hitting the convention circuit again, apparently, down in the States, so a bunch of places.
Come on. Amazing Kreskin.
Yep.
For those who don't know the Amazing Kreskin, you should know the Amazing Kreskin. He is an American mentalist who actually got his start in Canada with the World of Kreskin and all that. Has never forgotten it. Loves Canada. Still tours and performs.
Right. And does I wonder how much he loves it because he hasn't come back to see us.
Maybe he's trying to avoid COVID. But he's a scream to watch. I get a kick out of him.
Yep. His show is really fun to watch there.
It's still great.
CJOH.
Oh yeah,
I believe it's still your local CTV station up there in Ottawa.
It's gone now. It's just CTV now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like I said. That's another thing too. All these local stations like CJOH. Well, I used to watch Watertown Channel 7, WWNY from across the river.
Yep.
You know, those local stations I really miss. Those local affiliates I really miss. Basically,
we had Channel 7 was the ABC affiliate down in Buffalo, and it was WNED TV, I think it was, and they had the Commander Tom show on Sundays.
Commander Tom was awesome.
Commander Tom was this on since the 60s. He was this space adventurer or whatever, like a kid show. Yeah. But he was also the local weatherman. He had a day job.
I remember watching him in Peterborough, Commander Tom. Yep. I thought he was awesome.
It was Tom Joles was his name.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
I'll look it up here.
Yes, apparently he is. He's 89 years old.
He loves Commander Tom. He loves to be remembered for Commander Tom.
Yeah.
Holy crap. So he was Commander Tom from, get this,
like 57, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Let me see. Well, he started broadcasting in 65. So maybe not. But he was basically, let me see here. Tom Jones show launched, initial stance, drills around Adventures of Superman. the Commander Thomas Jones show launched in 65, ended in 92.
Oh wow, I was gonna say like 88 or something.
No, he went basically.
Yeah, until probably he retired from the weather job.
Yep. I love stuff like this because you know that a lot of these local affiliate stations, weathermen, were the late night horror hosts.
Yeah. But he did Kids TV instead.
Yeah.
But he kind of did like little skits with the puppets or whatever, I think, and he did like introduce the cartoons and that sort of stuff.
Same guy. Well, I would say same guy, but the same concept from WWNY TV7 Watertown. Danny Burgess on Saturdays would host the Cubs for the Scouts for half an hour, show cartoons and stuff like that.
I was going to say it was Commander Danny or something like that. We're going to have a fight here.
But yeah, a lot of them either doubled as kid show hosts, which was occasional, or like I said, I know a lot of the hosts doubled as their horror show hosts at night.
Yeah. Well, because you needed to pay the bills, right? You do whatever they needed you to do.
Well, what it was basically, they had access to these pretty much cheap horror films they could show for next to nothing.
Yeah.
So they needed basically like, someone to host it basically, and oftentimes I crack right up. It would be basically either the weatherman or someone local would actually would do stuff like that. But there was one. There's a guy, I forget who it was basically, but he was Dracula, and he'd do some of the most stupidest stunts ever,
like the Count Floyd sort of.
Yeah, like he had this friggin' he was like drag racing down the main strip and that thing there, or some of the stuff he do was crack it up. Well, Elvira, I wouldn't necessarily was TV from the TV station, but she was hired to do the same concept.
Yeah. Yep. Do you remember Uncle Bobby?
Bimbo.
The clown. Yep.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yep. That's a throwback. That was CFTO. That was channel 9 down here, CTV.
Another children's show's host. Please go look it up. He had Bimbo the birthday clown, which was this terrifying cardboard clown that come out of this wall,
terrifying,
and sing this incredibly scary song with these crocheted puppets that popped down from the top. It was like, it was like, wow. I guess he was basically electric drunk too, from what I heard. But I cannot confirm that, but I heard that. But yeah. Oh, you gotta check this out.
And now it's birthday time. And when it's birthday time, we always have birthday pickers. And today we have, what's your name? Marion. How old are you? 3. She's 3 years old, and she has her brother with her today. And what's your name? Robbie. How old are you, Robbie? 8. Anybody out there 8? Well, we hope you'll have a happy day. Now, when I knock the door, I want both of you to shout, "Come on out, Bimbo, please." Okay? Are you ready? Go. That's it. He's coming out. Here comes Bimbo. And Bimbo's getting.
Oh my God!
Here it is. Introducing Bimbo, the birthday clown, and son of Happy. Bimbo, Bimbo, I'm the birthday clown.
Oh my God! Kids would watch this
every week.
The birthday clown with his pocket full of birthday letters. He's got 2 friends, Birthday Bunny and Birthday Bunny's friend, who are coming up out of the tunnel. Here they come, giving me the message, which is have a happy day, even if you didn't have a birthday.
Oh my God!
Happy, come down from the sky.
And here's the crocheted strange puppets.
There he is, Big Daddy Happy, and Mrs. Happy. Come on down, Mrs. Happy, and down a bit more, Big Daddy. And here comes Wilson, Kettle, and Betty. Here they are.
Oh my God!
Everybody's ready. Are you going to stand next? Marion,
he would do this every show.
When I say 3, I want you and everybody else at home to kick. 1, 2, 3, and oh, fantastic!
Oh my God!
You're doing well, Robbie. Here's Happy with the word. Happy birthday to and he's going to kiss the missus. He kisses the missus. 3 times he kisses. That's twice.
Oh my God, Switz.
Don't you? Did you miss? Okay. Now don't forget to kick and happy birthday. Robbie, you're the biggest. You blow the whistle very hard. Oh, that was over the other side, Robbie, Marion.
And I'm pretty sure they watched that between
There are going
shows.
to be 2 winners because we're going to put the letters in the hat and both of you together shout, fanfare, please.
Fanfare, please.
Thank you very much, Arthur. Here's the fanfare. Pick one out for me.
Oh my God.
Here's the first one. The first winner is Jason Jones.
But this is a lost art.
The second winner coming
Yeah.
up right now. The second winner is Michael Snyder, and he lives in Scarborough. Abracadabra, abracadabra. If you want to join in, here's the address.
There you go.
It's Uncle Bobby, CFTO TV.
Like,
Box 9,
there's a reason why
Ontario,
Bozo the Clown was so
M4A,
popular.
2M9.
And Howdy Doody. Like, Bozo the Clown, basically, you want to watch the show not just for Bozo the Clown, but to win those awesome prizes he was giving away in his games and stuff. Yes, that's true, Mike. Yeah, really. He was a very grumpy man, too. Especially if he was Uncle Bobby. Oh, my God.
Now, is Uncle Bobby still alive?
I don't think so. If he is, I bet he's still grumpy.
What the heck was Uncle Bobby's real name?
Type Uncle Bobby TV show host. I'll come right up. I guarantee you.
He died in 2007.
Okay.
Robert William Bobby Ash. Bobby Ash.
Right up there with
Died
Uncle
in the
Bobby.
age of 82.
That's all right. That's a good run.
Yeah. Good
Right,
run
up there,
for a very grumpy man.
right up there with Uncle Bobby, though. I gotta put the Hilarious House of Frankenstein.
Yes. Billy Van.
Billy Van. Billy Van was an underrated genius, Canadian celebrity.
My first introduction to Billy Van was when grade 10 computer class.
Yes.
Where he did little public access shorts on computer programming or whatever on TVO.
On TVO, there's a show called Bits and Bytes, and he would pretend to be the coolest computer guy. And Luba Joy.
I don't think he pretended to be cool because he knew he was cool.
No, the clueless. Yeah.
Oh, clueless. Oh,
yeah. And Luba Joy would tell him what to do. That is diskette. Put it in the drive and all that.
Yeah.
But he played several characters Frankenstein, like Frankenstein, the Wolfman DJ.
Yep.
What else did he play? I love Griselda, the cook, because usually that filmed after lunch when he had a few. So he was a little that one. The librarian. Yeah. Like I said, I love watching that show immensely.
So we kind of forgot to talk about video games.
It's okay. We can talk about anything we want. No one's watching.
It's true. It's our show.
It's like what do you call it? It's like a major league. No one's watching. Michael's watching.
Bob Uecker.
But TV show hosts, like I said, children TV show hosts is kind of gone by the wayside with the loss of local affiliates and stuff like that. It's all centralized cable, right? But I remember watching like Bozo and Uncle Bobby and all those Romper Room. The idea of being able to go down and get on TV, as a child, that was a big thing. Even to be in the audience.
Yeah.
It was parodied in UHF. Remember when Weird Al had the Uncle Nutsy show?
Yeah.
And kids are in the audience, right? Exactly. And I still think, like I said, that's why Bozo the Clown was so popular. To go down, get there, get prizes.
And well, the kids in the audience had a hoot. They had a great time, right?
Oh, exactly. Cartoons and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But once we lost local affiliates, that kind of, you weren't allowed. That was lost.
Yeah.
But that led to the rise of family game shows, such as Double Dare.
Yes.
Don't forget that one, because you want to be on there, watch stunts and see stuff like that. Also, too, there was a series of shows, stuff like that I thought was really cool, such as Jungle Run, where kids would do like physical stunts to get stuff. Temple of the Lost, Jewels, whatever kind of thing. These are all basically physical activities that kids had to go on and try and do outrageous stuff to get prizes and all that. And it was always good to watch.
Candy.
Was that?
Or a Timex watch.
A Timex watch or a bike or something like that.
Yep.
I
got
but
your
like
new
I said,
background picture here.
Bimbo. But yeah, like my kids used to love watching Jungle Run. We would wait at my mom's later than usual to watch it because it only came on like TV, and it was always fun to watch. And there are still versions of it out today. Like even up until recently, there was a game called Splat-A-Lot, which was like basically a Wipeout for kids with a castle theme and all that.
My brother and my nephew still love watching the Florida's Lava Show.
Hey, some of my kids basically. It's a simple concept.
Yeah.
Let's talk about physical game shows. Physical game shows. That's a good one.
Physical game shows. What was the one on Spike TV?
Most Extreme Challenge.
Most Extreme Challenge. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't get eliminated.
So Most Extreme Challenge was basically footage taken from a Japanese game show called Takashi's Castle, hosted by B. Takashi. Get this. Here's the original rules. 100 competitors start. If you lose, you're out.
Yep.
And usually made it to the end with like 4 or 5 people left, basically. Yep. You had to be in these little ships to shoot Takashi to win the money. No one ever won because the final event was impossible. Yeah. The MXC guys got a hold of this stuff and just dubbed over with funny sayings, and it worked.
Yeah.
Because it was insane, basically.
Well, when you think about it, that kind of gave rise to American Ninja Warrior.
Wipeout?
Yeah. Even though you can argue that Ninja Warrior is a lot more physically taxing and a lot more more intense.
Ninja,
they started wearing costumes and stuff like that. Some of them too, and having teams and.
Well, Ninja Warrior basically requires stamina and skill to do.
Yeah.
You can't just come some poor schmuck off the street to do it because you will fail.
But you know what? I want to be the poor schmuck off the street who goes off and tries it because it looks like it would be a hilarious, fun time. I would not make it past. I would not be able to like climb the stairs and ladder to the first event, but I'd probably throw my back out up there.
We don't worry about people winning wipeout. We just want to see them get wiped out and wipe out.
Well, yeah.
It's kind of funny because I had a talk with my buddy Shane Dark one time, and I asked him about Takashi's Castle. Do you think we could create a Takashi's Castle version in Canada? And he goes, easily. We could find easily 100 people to sign up every show, a waiver to risk our lives to do something stupid. Easily, he says.
You know who we talked to? We talked to Effin Birds there, Reynolds, and get him on this.
We could do it. We could really do it, actually.
We could do it. Yeah.
Let me see.
His whole philosophy that there's money out there for shows just to lose money.
Well, exactly.
We can lose money with the best of them.
We can. But was Wipeout like that, Cash Castle, and the Florida's Lava.
I know all about losing money. I'm divorced.
But
hey!
But I was trying to think, is there any other really physical game shows I can think of? Like American Gladiator, well, that kind of predates it a bit, but it was physical.
It was fun. What was your favorite American Gladiator event? And why was it the tennis ball cannon?
Well, tennis ball cannon was cool. I was like the football one because I like watching them try to get smoked around the gladiators.
Yeah.
And
they had bombs over they could pick up as they were running, and they could lob them at the thing to hit the target to stop the gladiator from shooting, which was kind of cool.
I would just be trying not to like get hit half the time, but
yeah. Those tennis balls looked like they were coming at a fair clip.
I know, and I wouldn't want to get tagged by them. And I like how the prize was like something like 10 grand, like something innocuous, basically.
Yeah, and something that was not worth the pain and suffering you were going to endure for the next few months.
No, it wasn't, definitely.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other really physical game shows, but those ones stick in my mind. The Florida's Lava is pretty physical. I can think of that one.
Yep.
But nothing else really pops in my mind.
What about the Professional Tag League?
Yeah, I've seen that. Professional Tag League.
Yep.
Which like is almost like parkour crossed with that. Like, that's interesting.
I believe you're petting a green string dog there, aren't you?
I have my Dane beside me looking for love, which I deeply enjoy. She's telling me it's time to go to bed soon.
Which date is it there?
Dane. It's the Sapphire.
Oh, okay. I thought you said date.
Oh, yeah. No, it's Sapphire. She's telling me it's time to go to bed soon. I said, yeah. 6 more minutes, babe. We'll go to bed. Huh? But yeah, like the physical game shows.
No, go for a walk and then go for a ride in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for riding the car. Ride in the car? Well, go for a ride. Oh, she can't hear because you got the headphones on.
I know exactly. I'm not dumb. I look dumb, but I'm not dumb. I'm trying to think what other physical game shows have there been.
I don't care. I'm going for a ride in the car.
Make sure you go outside for bed and do your business, Greg, before bed.
Yes.
But I'm trying to think though that like Wipeout, I guess, was the king, right? And then it kind of just and it kind of just basically, well, American Ninja Warrior.
There was an old game show, which was like a money maze or something like that, where people had to like walk through a maze to get to the prizes, and they had like a team of contestants, like a husband and wife or whatever it was. One was up top, one was in the maze.
You're right.
The person up top would like guide them, no left, no right, no left, to get to the prizes, whatever, and they have to get back out.
Maybe it was called Money Maze. Fun. It was kind of fun.
I think it was like trivia or whatever at first to get them into the maze to see how many prizes they could unlock or something like that.
But like I said, nothing beats MXC, Most Extreme Challenge. No. Nothing beats that.
Yeah.
Like it's still funny to watch. You know what I've done? I have gone on to watch other Japanese game shows on YouTube. I haven't understood what they're saying. I've seen one where 4 people are on top of a wall and things are being thrown at to knock them off the wall. I've seen one basically where there's this great big huge set of stairs that are just covered in oil. They're trying to climb up basically. Watch them all falling down. Yeah, Japanese game shows are fun in my personal opinion. And you know what?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that there's a writing void in Japan that we could probably fill.
I think we could.
If that's the high class of or the high bar of their writing.
If you add a little bit of fear and a little bit
of on stairs and see if they can do it.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah,
a little bit of fear. I saw one clip of a practical game show, a practicals joke where they dressed up 4 people in mascot costumes. Did not tell this one person in particular that the explosions were fake. Made them run. It's a meme now. Made the person run while explosions are going off around them until they panic and fell down, basically. But the explosions are kind of real, just like going off. So
yeah.
Oh man. Well, Switz, I might go up and wander off here soon.
Yep. Have you watched anything recently there?
I'm waiting. I'm going to start The Last of Us soon. Okay. And I'm waiting for The Mandalorian to drop, basically. I've been trying. Yeah, I'm trying to go out and see John Wick 4 and oh shoot.
I'm caught up on Picard.
Me too.
I'm really enjoying this season so far.
It's hit its stride. It has hit its stride.
I skipped season 2.
You didn't miss nothing.
I didn't think so. Really had no interest because I didn't enjoy season 1 that much because Picard was not Picard, and their foreshadowing was ridiculously obvious. Here's some spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Picard season 1, which aired 3 years ago. Oh boy, Picard has a brain tumor or something, and he's going to die. Look at this. We've got this blank android here that we haven't imprinted anything onto. I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, he died, and they put his brain into the android.
Spoilers for season 2. Let's go back in time and not say Wales, but just say Picard with Q.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The end, you know. That's the other one I want to see. Bernie point out Dungeons & Dragons. I want to see Dungeons & Dragons, and I want to see John Wick 4. I've heard nothing but good things about Dungeons & Dragons.
Now, as we're old, and remember the old Dungeons & Dragons cartoon?
Yes.
Remember that? In one of the clips that I've seen for the movie, they have the characters from the cartoon off in a side running through the maze that pops up. I don't know if that's the beginning of the movie or whatever it is, but Hugh Grant introduces it, and here's your thing you got to do, and they show those characters kind of running off to the side.
Here's even something cooler
probably
too.
Never to be seen again, but it's just a cute, great little nod for the nostalgia factor for those of us who did see the cartoon.
Some of the merchandise they've been putting out are using the characters from the cartoon to promote it. Like they have a new player's manual with a barbarian figure on it. It is Bobby the Barbarian. So I'm, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I think I've got my fingers crossed that they finally found the good mix of nostalgia and modern stuff.
Which one was Tom Baker in? He was in a Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I wonder if it was
second one,
They're
not the
both-
first one.
They're both kind of crappy, so.
The first one, well, there were more than just those two. But the first one had I can't remember who's in it now.
Well, it had Jeffrey Irons.
Yes.
And he was
Jeremy
Irons. And basically between his takes, he was ready to get out of there at any time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good question.
He wasn't in that one.
He wasn't in the second one either, Wrath of the Gold Dragon, it says.
Okay.
But I was sure. Oh, he was in the first one. He was Halvorth the Elf.
He was in the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember the first one because when the thief died, everybody cheered in the theater. It was so bad. I'll tell you what, we will break down some Dungeons & Dragons movies in our next Old Man Theater because we have to talk about that one.
All right.
And also, too, we got to talk about the cartoon as well.
Yes. The cartoon that they never aired the last episode.
Yeah, it was.
But it's available on the DVDs.
Is it on the DVDs? I heard that.
I know a guy who's got the DVDs.
Of course you do.
And when you come down in June, if you want to watch them, we can.
I kind of want to watch how that ends up because that was actually a good series. I want to talk about it too because
I'm the guy that got the DVDs.
You got the DVDs because that series is what distracted Gary Gygax from his company and was kind of the reason why he lost the company. In fact, he wasn't a very good businessman. He was distracted by Hollywood.
Well, right, you know what they say about Hollywood?
What's that?
It's a roll of the dice.
Ba-dum-duts.
Hey. I plan on going to the theaters this Saturday. I'm going to go see Simulant, which is a new movie coming out.
That up.
Yes. I did tweet it out from an old beloved dormant account. It's got Robbie Amell in it, Jordana Brewster, Simu Liu, and Sam Worthington. But I plan on seeing it because it is directed by a friend of mine, April Mullen, who we met at Niagara Falls Comic Con a number of years ago when they released their movie 88.
Yes.
Which was, I was going to look that up now for a second here. That was 2015. Wow. And that long ago, 8 years. Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana.
Ba-dum-da.
Hey.
But yeah,
I'm here all night, folks.
I'm going to try the theaters soon, but like I said, I want to see those two films for sure, basically.
Yep. I got to check this out because they are doing a little meet and greet afterwards or whatever. And being from Niagara, she'll be down here to talk about it. And I think they did a premiere tonight in Toronto, actually.
Nice.
They're doing one on it's tomorrow in Toronto.
Okay.
And then Saturday's in Niagara.
Nice.
So I'm going to go check that out because I haven't been to the movies in quite a while.
Not much to see, really, in my opinion.
No. But hey, to go see a friend is always a good thing, and to support some local filmmakers. I wouldn't really call it independent film when you've got a cast like that, but still, it's kind of grassroots and from the not the big studio side. It's just put up by Mongrel Films, and it looks like a really good movie. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun.
English outside of the mainstream films, I'm all support because I love.
Well, and I, with my background, I've supported them and their Wango films for quite a while through the store and all that. We brought in all their stuff and always hyped up anything they had. It's always good to support local talent and just homegrown talent and Canadian talent, I think, because it can get lost on the big stage. And it's nice to have, well, it was nice to have places where you could see or get told about these movies, such as your local video stores, because now it's just lost in the algorithms and humdrum of Twitter or Instagram or whatever. And if you're not following the right things, you're never going to hear about some of these things.
Well, exactly.
So it's nice. It was nice to have outlets to kind of push some of this stuff for these tremendous, these talented people who put their life and soul into these things to entertain us.
Oh, 100%. No, like I said, it's been a good night, Switz. And like I said, if you check it out, let me know how it is.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll do. Maybe she should be a guest star on an Old Man Theater one day. We can get a real insight into the filmmaking world.
Get her autograph before she gets too Hollywood on us.
Yeah.
All right, Switz, until next time, all the best. And like I said, always good chat with you, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Good to see you again. You've been busy with some family and stuff like that again. So
I've had family in and out of town the last 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll get back more to being on a streaming schedule. But yeah. Thanks a lot, Baz. Much appreciated. Like I said, next time we'll probably covering Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon, and the movies for sure. Yeah. That'll be on the list.
Next time we won't. I was going to say we might have a script.
But Babs, if you want to know anything, want to hear us talk about anything, throw it up on the Twitter. We'll definitely talk about it. We will go on about anything. Trust us.
Follow us both on the Twitter there
at GutshotC. And that's you, Switz _TV.
_. We're working on changing that. We'll see if we can. I think it's still another month away, and I can change my username.
All right, then, bud. Until next time.
All right. Yep.
Cheers. Everybody, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. It'll be up on YouTube later. Watch the skies. And as always, have a good one.
All right. There we go. Perfect.
All right, Switz. Ciao now.
Yep. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.